try, and she wonders why I don't trust nobody. Not even her. No, I still try, and she wonders why I don't trust nobody. Not even her.
Yeah, it was the middle of August. Blinded by the beauty of a goddess. She gon' be mine, and that's a promise. Predicted the young prophet, couldn't leave it up to faith. Slid in the DM, I was safe. Longest days, your flawless ways, we often prayed. Was it in vain? Bent, I couldn't break. Gave my all, shorty, what more can the soul take? First dates felt like we were soulmates. Now I look at you, and you look away. Been betrayed, stabbed in the back. Took my heart and you stomped on that. Talking to me but you leaving out the facts. All along you wore a mask. Questions in my head so I ask. Why pretend what happened to thick and thin? It's taking in, love is death, might be my end. Text you saying long, replies, mistakes you cry, switch sides, cross the line. I ain't feeling the vibe, I ain't feeling you. You lie all the time, your eyes tell me the truth. I ain't playing this game with nothing to lose. As much as I hate you, I'm stuck to you.
Try, and she wonders why I don't trust nobody. Not even her. No, I still try, and she wonders why
Everything I do gonna be funky.
Hi, I'm your host Jessica Harris, and I'm here with my crew. I'm going to start introducing us from the top. This is Tim,
Yo,
Justin,
Hey.
Emily, Yusuf, and our camera woman, Essence. Our first segment is going to be historical perspective with Yusuf.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
One-on-one historical perspectives.
All right, Yusuf, you're going to start off the topic.
okay, so today we're going to be talking about the moon landing. Alright, so on July 20th, 1969, American astronauts Neil Armstrong, who lived from 1930 to 2012, and Edwin Buzz Aldrin, who is still alive today and was born in 1930 as well, became the first humans ever to land on the moon. About 6.5 hours later, Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. As he took his first step, Armstrong famously said, "That's one small step for man and one giant leap for mankind." The Apollo 11 mission occurred 8 years after President John Kennedy, 1917 to 1963, announced a national goal of landing a man on the moon by the end of the 1960s. Apollo 17, the final manned moon mission, took place in 1972.
That's kind of cool because the whole space race thing started off kind of like a competition between Russia and the United States who wanted to build something better each time, but it actually ended up improving everyone because people were scared of Russians and people were scared that the United States kind of be second place at something, so we turned out not to be well doing this. What do you guys think about it?
Well, like, shouts out to NASA for getting this update because the whole, like, Soviet versus, like, the U.S. trying to make it to the moon first or whatnot, that sounds difficult. Like, no oxygen, then you need fuel, you need, like, a bunch of resources to live, like, and then there's people, like, up now that are orbiting, just going around the Earth.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy. It took so long for, like, one person to go on the moon, but now, like, so many people going on the moon. It's like, I mean, I'm not gonna say without a problem, but it's more casual than usual.
Yeah. For sure. There's I think they're sending people to Mars. I heard about that.
To see his life.
Yeah, that's
fun. They're probably never gonna come back.
I thought you said they found water on Mars though.
Yeah, that's like they say that you can actually find a sign of life, and like if it was a sign of life on Mars, I mean,
probably like a drop.
Yeah, probably.
It's like the littlest
Tiniest dog.
water. There's people there. There's people there. Stamp. There's a house over there. I see Marvin the Martian over there. Stamped. And then they have a stupid little robot, and it's just like technical difficulty. Then we send people up there, and then we lose them.
Oh my god.
Well, we certainly know a lot about technical difficulties on this show, but one thing to add about the whole moon landing, is that at first it was like a huge innovation that one person had gotten up there. Now there have been so many people on the moon that there's actually garbage on the moon. Like there's actually, yeah.
The Snickers bar on the moon.
Snap into a Slim Jim.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I just kind of wonder what's going to happen next. I mean, by the time we're all well into our 40s and 50s, it may be like a whole another thing on Mars and other countries as well. Or other planets.
An elevator going straight up to the moon.
Yeah.
Be hard.
All right.
That would be crazy.
Thank you, Yusuf, for your historical perspective. The next segment is going to be Tim with the predictions for for Double XL's freshman list of 2018.
So every artist every year has like the best year ever, even if it's just like one song or they come out hit after hit after hit. And I think like new artists, like Double XL promotes new artists the best, especially the freshmen. They'll be like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, people that's been doing it for like 10 years that are probably like 30 that are on that list that have been grinding so hard to get on and put on into the music industry. And I think Double XL does that the best. But every year when this list drops, there's always a problem with who's going to be on the list. First, the first issue is there's not enough women on it, or the picks are garbage, or mumble rap, whatever that is. But what I want to see on the list is just new artists in general, and there's always going to be artists that are not fit to cut the list. And I feel as Double XL does a great job when making the covers and picking freshmen. But I just wanted to like make our own list on the Double XL mag of probably 2018. So Yusuf, who do you think should be on the list this year?
Has Smoke Perp been on the list this year yet, or not?
No.
Yeah,
I was gonna say the same thing.
It's like
Yeah.
all artists that had a good year.
Trippie Redd had a lot of good songs.
Trippie Redd deserves to be on there. There's just so many artists that deserve to be on the, like Cardi B. It would be amazing to have more women on that list. She had the best 2017 ever, the best summer.
And if she doesn't,
it's probably because she turned it down. And if she doesn't make Double XL, she probably turned it down.
Yeah, that's the only reason why she won't make it. Because she's been killing it.
For real. And it's like Kalani. Just like last year, Kamaya was on it, on the last list. But I think there should be more women on it. That's for sure. Because there's a lot of female musicians that should be on there and artists. So, who do you think should be on there, Justin?
Honestly, I don't even know, man. Yeah, it's just base if you have talent. You know what I mean? Like I know
it really is.
I know it's like they're not putting most women on it, but it's like it's just base if you got the skills. You know, it's not based on your gender or nothing. It's just base if you got pure talent.
I believe that's true, very true. But if there's like, I want to see like this would be great. Five girls, 5 guys. Well, that's not even like 10 people, but like. Even if they, like, just even the odds, there's a lot of talented women actors out there. Actors.
I think if singers...
yeah.
I think if singers are also allowed on the Double XL list, I think SZA would also be a good choice for that because she's had a really big year, too. She blew up. Like, before, she was kind of underground and unknown, and, like, Love Galore just made her, like, fly, and Control is actually up for, like, 5... She's up for, like, 5 Grammys this year, and she's the most nominated woman out there, so she's kind of blown up, too, as well in the past year.
Yeah, I like listening to her.
Women are on the come up, bro.
They are. I said actress because the Golden Globes on that.
Yeah.
Because they're having the whole women's rights.
Women power.
Women power. I believe women are very strong.
Yeah.
Independent.
Which, to be honest, I don't really get the whole black thing because, I mean, I get the reason, but it was also a black tie event, so people were going to wear black regardless. I mean, it's not like it's like the Kids' Choice Awards where everyone's, where the colors, like, where the carpet's like freaking orange or something, and then everyone's wearing black on top of it. Like, people were going to wear black regardless, and people are kind of like praising the men for, oh, they all wore black. Every single guy wears the exact same thing every year. So they're going to wear it regardless. I just think that they kind of tied it in with that and kind of made themselves feel better. But, I mean, it was a pretty good try on it. But I'm going to have to move to the next segment, which is Spotlight.
Everybody's got a little light under the sun, under the sun, under the sun, under the sun.
All right. Our next topic is what you heard, Spotlight, and that's my topic. And we're going to talk about do New Year's resolutions actually work? And over 50% of Americans actually attempt to try to make them. And some of those common ones are losing weight or getting healthy or quitting drinking or smoking or doing better in school and work. I know some people try to study more and make better habits, just making a better life for yourself in general. And personally, I don't think they work. I don't think they work because it involves people to kind of like rewire their brains and like change themselves. And if you've been doing the same thing for a really long time, it's hard to do that. Like if you're not used to exercising or eating healthily, kind of throwing yourself in January 2nd is really hard. It's really hard. And I mean, if you ever go to the gym in January, every single spot's taken up in the thing. You got to walk from like all the way back there. By February, like 20th, half the spots are gone because people just realize that it's too hard for themselves. And I think to make it easier, you should do it in steps. Like if you want to lose weight, don't say, oh, I'm going to lose 90 pounds by this day. Say, oh, I'm going to lose 5 pounds a month. And then by the time all of it goes around, you've lost 60 pounds in the year. Or for money, a lot of people try to save money to kind of add a certain amount in the bank every month, but kind of have it go up. So trying to kind of cut your goal into small pieces instead of starting. But what do you think about the whole New Year's resolution thing, Tim?
I heard like probably last New Year or the New Year before that the people join gyms the most in January, and then it like the people that go, like it slowly declines as January, like everyone wants to be healthy, and I don't see why you have to start on January, like if it's a special day. I understand it's a new year, but like what's a year? Like you lived your whole life.
It's like
Exactly.
I guess it's a fresh start. You can
It's
say.
like more organized in the month and everything. Like
But
it's like
literally,
a fresh new year.
It's just a lifestyle, you know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah,
can't
just
just put it in real quick. You have to, like, slowly, like...
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't have to start on January. You can start whenever you want
Exactly.
in that year, but just try to follow through and get healthy.
And whatever you do, no matter what your goal is, no matter how big or small, you need to walk in with the plan. And that's what most people fail at in the gym especially, is that they just kind of walk in and say, oh, I'm just going to figure out what machines I like and let me just hope I lose weight along the way, instead of saying, okay, I'm going to walk in, I'm going to do 50 push-ups and 60 deadlifts, and I'm going to go on the treadmill for 20 minutes. Like, if you walk in there with a set plan every day, you get your goals done faster versus just walking in there and kind of hoping that you don't like, drop a weight on yourself or something. Like, I'm actually going to have to move into the next segment a little bit quicker, and that is going to be Emily with awkward situations.
Okay, so, I don't know about you guys, but I find myself in these situations all the time. Like, especially, like, around here, if I'm walking and I see someone wave that I know, I'll wave back. When all of a sudden I'll look back and they're waving at someone else, so I'll just walk away. Like, those kind of situations are, like, situations where... Okay, I don't know if you guys ever been through this. You're walking next to your friend, and your hands accidentally touch, and then you're just like,
Are you ever in the hallways and like you're walking and like someone walks directly in you and you're like stepping back and forth?
I swear, people here don't know how to walk. For a school full of supposedly smart people, like there are so many people every single day, and then they get offended. Like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to brush into you specifically. I don't go out of my class. Say, you know what, yellow shirt, I got a problem with you. I'm gonna brush
you right there.
yellow shirt.
I'm getting you. The yellow
Like,
shirt.
I
I'm getting
hate,
you.
I hate having to go in the new building.
Oh,
Yeah.
Passion. I think that's where it gets awkward.
Yeah.
I'm probably the one starting the awkward
You ever
situations.
You ever talk to somebody and like accidentally spit in their face, or they spit in your face?
Oh my god.
I do that a lot.
I'll do
It's
it
like,
and I'll be
actually,
like, oh my
morning,
gosh,
your
I'm so I'll do it and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for getting on your face. But I feel like when people do it to me, they don't notice. You ever flinch?
I just get disgusted. I'm like, you really
You
just did
ever
that.
flinch by accident?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
You got a piece of meat on your
You got a
face.
mush.
You got a piece of meat right there.
Those-
There's celery or
So
frosted
awful.
flakes or whatever.
Yeah.
we're eating.
Oh, you ever someone could be talking on the phone or it's Bluetooth or they have headphones on or something. You think they're talking to you. One time at the mall, I was like, "What? No, I'm sorry. I was in an Uber and he was talking and he said something. So I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Oh no, not you." I was like, "Oh." It was just quiet the rest of the ride. It was so
some
weird.
Uber rides are just mad awkward.
Oh,
Yeah, what about the quiet
yeah.
ones, like when you say nothing the whole
Those
entire
are so
time?
weird.
I was downtown and like I live by like, alright, so I'm not gonna say where I live, but I was downtown and I took an Uber back to my house, and I picked one seat on the Uber, and then I was one like so there's one girl in the back, the Uber driver, and I sat in the front. So I'm sitting next to the guy, and I had bad stuff. We just came from Newport Mall, and I'm just in the front like I had my book bag and everything, and I had to take it off, and then we had to go to 3 different stops. That's what I get for picking one seat.
Oh my god.
It's so like it was like I'm looking at the man. He's like, hello. Driving.
Have a good day.
That's weird.
See, like, when you're with someone who's really talkative and you're not, and you're in, like, a taxi or, like, an Uber situation, it's so awkward. Like, my mom never stops talking, so she'll start up an entire conversation about where we're going and what we're doing, and, oh, my God, I did this yesterday and that, and I'm just sitting there the whole time, like, oh, my God. Like, I only talk to, like, Uber drivers when they talk to me. I don't really initiate conversation because they're, like, a random person, and I'm just in their car, but she just talks to everybody.
Antisocial.
No, yeah, I was in the Uber once, and I had my headphones in, I was on my phone listening to music. And, like, it turns out the whole time the guy was trying to talk to me, and I couldn't hear him. Like, the car, the car just stopped.
That's so
and
odd.
I looked up, and, like, why'd the car stop? And he's just looking back at me, and I put on my headphones. He was like, oh, here's your stop. I was like, oh, I wasn't even paying attention. I was just on my phone.
That's awkward.
Get on my car right now.
Like, if I ask you,
I
like,
hate
how was
you.
your day? Complete silence.
I wanted to know how your day was. No, I don't care.
Every day sucks.
I'm gonna
Drive
have
to the middle
to
of nowhere.
I'm gonna have to switch up segments really quick to Essence because Essence and Yusuf are gonna have to switch because we're kind of starting to run out of time. So we're gonna need to make our lists a little bit quicker. So Essence and Yusuf switch, and Essence's segment is top 3 events of 2017.
Oh yeah.
Inauguration.
That was the first one.
Really?
Yeah.
Picked it. Called it. You heard it
All
here
right,
first.
start.
Well, to be honest, 2017 is already done, thank God. So hello 2018, and we're just starting to look back at what really happened with the first 3. Well, the first thing that happened is the inauguration of Trump back in January. It was tragic to even watch, like to bear in my eyes. But what do you guys think of that one?
I don't think you're a Trump supporter. That's what I think.
I'm not.
That's what I got from that.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Same here.
We got a leader. I'm assuming
Who you
he hasn't done
calling leader?
anything bad. Not that I'm a Trump supporter. I'm just saying.
He's like, I'm gonna do all
He's
this
like,
and do
that's the president, and we're just gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Someone just needs to take Twitter like away from him because
Unless he
we're all
gets-
gonna get blown up
No.
because he
Unless
can't
he
shut
gets-
up. Like,
Unless he gets impeached before.
Yeah.
but even if he does get impeached, his entire like cabinet is
It
just messed
sucks,
up.
yeah.
But what's the second thing you were gonna say?
The second thing, which is basically all the storms and hurricanes that happened in the
Crazy.
November, that's like really like hectic. What
Yeah.
happened to
Yeah.
homes and people without a home and had to live in shelters for the next like 3 to 4 weeks without a home. So
It was sad to hear
That's
about those.
devastating.
Yeah,
Especially
and-
when people have families out there.
yeah.
That
And
is-
there's nothing
Yeah,
you can do but
yeah.
send them stuff because you can't go over there.
It's not like you can go dump like water on fires. And actually in California, they announced yesterday they were having like mudslides because the fire had burned so many trees out. So when it rained really badly and people lived around a sloped area, there was nothing to cover it. So once again, those people had to evacuate when they had just gotten back to their homes and their homes got destroyed again. So that was crazy. And what was your third thing?
And finally, the last thing, which basically happened in November and December, was the net neutrality thing.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody was talking about it.
I'm still gonna have internet at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like there are so many people on my Snap story. Every single person was freaking out. Like they thought that it was gonna be like a government shutdown where all our phones just reset it the next day. I had to say on there, I said
So mad.
it doesn't start automatically. It's not like
Yeah.
it's like
No.
it's not like they all. I mean, they're all in our phones, obviously, but just they're not gonna. Something's not gonna just pop up and say you got to pay for this now. Like it has to go through different law things first. And I think that's people just panicked. I mean, it's good people cared about it, but just sometimes when you get the wrong information or you just think the wrong thing, something can kind of explode like that. But speaking of the future, we're gonna have to go to our last segment with Justin, which is movies in 2018.
Actually, I'm saying one of the best movies in 2017. My personal favorite would have to be It. The movie was based upon a monster.
I don't even want to hear that.
Was it
I
based-
do.
No, it was good.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It was based upon a monster who disguised himself as a clown serial killer. Killer whose victims seemed to be children. The craziest part about all of that, your worst nightmares turn into reality, which to me is the scariest crap in the world.
Yeah.
My opinion is, I would not recommend this movie. Watching the movie alone in a circus tent. let alone with Georgie.
Crazy.
Hiya, Georgie.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
okay. Well, to be honest, I like the original version better with
Never
Stephen
watched that
King
one.
because
Never watched
it's
that one.
much better. Like
That's
that
cool.
one, I couldn't even watch. I couldn't sleep for like 3 weeks after I seen
It was
that.
kind of scary. I couldn't sleep.
Did you guys watch
Yeah.
Get Out?
Yes.
I wanted to so badly. I didn't get to.
Oh,
That movie was,
It's a good movie.
yeah,
2000.
it was good.
That's scary, bro.
Yeah,
You
was
saw the
like,
part where
yeah.
you're like,
And
Oh my gosh.
I'm looking forward in 2018 for Black Panther to come out because I've seen the trailers for that come
Oh
out
wait,
forever.
did you see the Avengers movie that's coming
Yeah.
out?
Oh yes!
No.
Oh my gosh.
I
Did you
didn't
see
see
the
anything
trailer?
for that. No one
It
did
was-
see
Spider-Man's
it.
in it. It's the best. I don't care what anyone says. Once I found out Spider-Man was in it, it was wraps. I'm watching it.
it's already in
Yeah.
there.
I didn't watch
the neighborhood one.
no Justice League. I didn't watch that.
Oh no, I didn't watch that one either.
Yeah, me
But
neither.
unfortunately, we're gonna be taking a break for a long time from this radio show. I kind of miss this a little bit, but we'll come back in a couple weeks, better than ever, and hopefully with some intro music for different people. But for now, I gotta sign
No one
off.
can.
I gotta sign off my crew with Tim,
Peace.
Justin,
Bye, guys.
Emily, Essence, and Yusuf in the back. So this was our radio show.
If music production is your passion, there's only one place in New Jersey where you can become AVID certified. iTech Audio Studios. If you're serious about learning music production the way the pros do it and you're ready to get paid, iTech Audio Studios offers courses in MIDI, Logic Studio, Pro Tools, and much more. Bottom line, iTech Audio Studios is the best school for music production in New Jersey. Find out why today. Go to itechaudio.com.